If old age teaches us one thing with perfect clarity, it's this: time doesn't wait for anyone. When we're young, we often take our health for granted. We can stay up late, eat at odd hours, ignore a fleeting backache or a heart that sometimes beats off rhythm. But then one day your body starts sending signals you can't ignore. And in that moment, you realize some things should have been listened to much sooner. Harold, a man I once knew in California, is now over 80. He was an engineer who lived an extremely principled life. But only after retiring did he confess, "I wish I'd cared about my health sooner. Now I have to ask the doctor before I do anything." And Harold's story isn't unique. Most older adults I've spoken with share one common wish. They don't want their children and grandchildren to repeat their mistakes. They want to pass on simple yet profound lessons. Things that, if learned and acted on early, could save the younger generation a lot of heartache later on. It's not just about living long, but living well, living actively, living without regrets. Because the truth is, many ailments of old age don't appear overnight. They build up silently from our daily choices: how we eat, sleep, move, and how we ignore our body's cries for rest. In today's video, I want to share with you 5 things that older people, those who've navigated a lifetime of ups and downs, wish the next generation would hear and act on sooner. These aren't lectures, but sincere truths, forged in the years spent living with illness. If you're in your 40s or 50s, then this is for you. And if you're caring for an elderly parent, these insights are even more crucial. We'll jump right in, and if this video helps you, I hope you'll subscribe and share it with those you love, so we can spread this message of living a long, healthy, and active life to more people. Now, please join me for the first point, the one most older adults wish they could do over if they had the chance. Number 1, take care of your health early to prevent chronic disease. Have you ever wondered, why do so many people only start focusing on their health when it's already too late? I still vividly remember John, an old friend from my book club in Oregon. At 55, his doctor warned him about prediabetes, high blood pressure, and slightly elevated cholesterol. But he just laughed it off, saying, "I still jog every week. It's nothing serious." It wasn't until he was 68, after fainting in the bathroom and getting diagnosed with early-stage kidney failure, that he finally said, "If only I'd listened to my doctor sooner." Chronic illnesses like diabetes, hypertension, and heart disease don't arrive in a flash. They are chipping away at your health, little by little, in silence. You can still laugh, work, and think you're fine. But inside, your organs are gradually wearing out from a careless lifestyle. Too much sugar, not enough fiber, too little sleep, and no regular checkups. Your body isn't the same as it was at 30 or 40. Every decision now, what you eat, how you sleep, if you move, has a cumulative effect on your kidneys, heart, liver, even your blood vessels. And the saddest part is that many people only realize this when they become dependent on daily medication or face irreversible complications. But the good news is, you still have time. If you start today, paying attention to your blood pressure, blood sugar, and cholesterol, if you proactively get regular checkups, you're giving yourself a real chance to avoid long hospital stays down the road. There's a saying I love: health isn't just how you feel today, it's how you prepare for tomorrow. Taking care of your health isn't something you do when you feel sick. It's a habit you start early to avoid paying a heavy price later. And if you're thinking, "I'm still healthy, I don't need to worry yet," then this is probably the exact moment you should start. Because the person who starts while they're still healthy, that's the one who truly lives long. Now let's move on to the second point, something that helps you not just feel healthy, but also feel happy every day. Number 2, maintain a balanced and healthy way of eating. There's a quiet but heartbreaking truth. For most older adults, chronic illness can be traced back to what's on their own plate. I once met Linda in a gentle yoga class for seniors in Arizona. She told me that for over 30 years, her daily habit was white bread and cold cuts for breakfast, soda instead of water, and she couldn't end her day without something fried. Only when her doctor ordered her to cut back on salt, sugar, and fat for her fatty liver and high blood pressure did she finally change. But she told me, "I wish I'd understood sooner that eating isn't just about taste. It's about longevity. When you're young, with a strong stomach and resilient organs, you can eat almost anything without feeling it. But after 50, the body starts keeping score. Too much salt makes the body retain water, raising blood pressure. Too much sugar tires out the pancreas. Not enough fiber makes the intestines work harder. And it all adds up to hypertension, high cholesterol, diabetes, gout. Names that sound so familiar you're sick of hearing them. But that can often be prevented just by eating a little differently. Balance doesn't mean being painfully strict or deprived. It simply means listening to your body, reducing quantity while increasing quality. A bowl of brown rice instead of sugary white rice. A side of steamed vegetables with your main course. A glass of warm water instead of a soda. These small, consistent changes day after day are your investment in a more resilient body. And don't forget, joy is also found in how you eat. A slow meal, full of fresh greens, shared with laughter and loved ones. That's not just healthy eating. It's powerful medicine for the soul. If there's one thing every older person wants to tell the next generation, it's this. Don't let your plate become a path to the hospital. Now, if you're ready, let's move on to the third point. What will help keep your steps steady well past age 70? Regular exercise to maintain your strength. Number 3, exercise regularly to maintain your strength. One of the most common things older adults tell their kids and grandkids is never let your body get too comfortable with being still. David, a veteran from Texas, told me that after retiring, he thought he had earned the right to completely rest. For 2 years, he did almost nothing more than walk around his yard. Then one day, he bent down to pick up a sock and couldn't stand back up. It was the first time in his life a tiny task made him feel utterly helpless. And you might be surprised to learn it's not age that weakens your body. It's stillness. Unused muscles will atrophy. An unchallenged heart will beat slower. Lungs that don't take regular, deep breaths will become lazy. And when all that happens at once, your body becomes sluggish, easily fatigued, and loses the very resilience that helped you live such a vibrant life. Regular exercise doesn't have to mean running marathons or lifting heavy weights. It can be as simple as a few stretches in the morning, a 15-minute walk after dinner, or a gentle wellness routine each day. The most important thing is consistency. To wake up every muscle group, every breath, and every heartbeat every single day. I once saw an 82-year-old woman practicing Tai Chi every morning in a park in Santa Clara. She said, "Every time I move, I know I'm still living, fully." And it was true. Each of her steady steps was proof of a life defined not by age, but by habit. Remember, strength isn't built by training hard. It's built by training consistently. Agility doesn't come from raw power. It comes from perseverance. And the most wonderful thing is, you can start anytime, even when you think it's already too late. Next, we'll step into something that seems simple but is the very foundation of recovery in our later years. Number 4, get enough quality sleep to help your body repair itself. There's a strange paradox many people only notice as they age. The older you get, the more elusive sleep seems to become. Eleanor, a widow living alone in Florida, once shared with me, "I don't understand why sleep gets harder with age. And what's stranger is, every time I have a bad night, the next day it feels like I've aged several years overnight." Her words sound simple, but they hold a profound truth confirmed by medicine. Chronic sleep deprivation is a fast track to a weakened immune system, memory problems, high blood pressure, and even depression in older adults. Sleep isn't just rest. It's when your body quietly performs its own repairs. While you sleep, your brain clears out toxins, your heart gets a break, and your organs recharge. If you don't get enough sleep, or your sleep isn't deep, your body doesn't get the chance to recover. And you'll feel it the next day. More fatigue, more aches, a foggier memory, and a more irritable mood. The habit of getting enough quality sleep on a regular schedule is no longer about discipline. It's about survival. Every night you stay up late, you're robbing yourself of a precious chance to heal. Staying up to watch television, scrolling on your phone, drinking tea or coffee late in the day. These small things, repeated daily, can trap you in a state of chronic sleep debt without you even realizing it. So how can you sleep better at this age? Start with the basics. Stick to a consistent sleep and wake schedule, avoid screens before bed, eat a light, early dinner, and create a quiet, cool, and dark bedroom. Even a simple, relaxing routine, like reading a physical book or listening to calm music, can be enough to signal to your body it's time to wind down. Don't treat sleep as an optional part of your life. See it as the foundation that gives you the strength to live every single day to the fullest. Because a good night's sleep tonight is a steadier step into tomorrow. Right now, I'll share with you the final point, something few people do consistently, yet it has a massive impact on longevity: getting regular checkups for early detection. Number 5, get regular checkups for early detection. Have you ever heard the saying, a disease isn't as frightening as discovering it too late? Carlos, a Mexican-American friend in Nevada, once said something that stuck with me. I'm not afraid of the illness. I'm just afraid of the doctor saying we found it too late. He had always been extremely healthy, but out of complacency, he skipped his checkups for 10 years. When he finally went in for a mild chest tightness, he discovered he had stage 3 lung cancer. At that point, all he could do was try to live each day with a sense of calm. So many chronic conditions, from diabetes and heart disease to cancer, share a common trait. They don't cause pain right away. They grow silently, causing damage from the inside out. And by the time the body sends out clear signals, the fight is often in a late stage, more costly, and far more exhausting. Getting a regular health checkup isn't about being sick. It's about making sure you are still healthy. It's how you listen to your body with technology, through blood work, heart scans, and seeing things the naked eye can't. And it gives you something priceless: the time to intervene early. Many people avoid checkups because they're afraid of the peace, of bad news, or of needing medication. But think about it. If one blood test shows your cholesterol is rising, you can change your lifestyle and potentially avoid a heart attack in 5 years. If an ultrasound finds a small growth, you might get by with a simple procedure instead of chemotherapy. You'll never know about these opportunities if you don't go. And don't wait for symptoms. Don't wait until you feel off. Scheduling a routine checkup, even just once a year, is a small act that it provides a lasting peace of mind. Because health isn't just about whether you feel tired today, but whether you'll have the strength to live a life of freedom and ease tomorrow. We've just walked through 5 key lessons that so many older adults want to share with the generations that follow. It's not that they're regretting the past, but that they understand better than anyone. Today's habits will literally shape tomorrow's health. From taking care of your health early to head off silent diseases, to maintaining balanced eating habits, staying active to preserve your strength, cherishing a full night's sleep, and especially never skipping those regular health screenings. These are not textbook theories. They are lessons learned through real life, experiences sometimes paid for with tears and time. If you're in your 40s or 50s, you are standing at a crossroads. You are still healthy, you still have options, and most importantly, you still have time to make a change. Don't wait until you're holding a prescription to start taking walks. Don't wait until you've had a week of sleepless nights to care for your mental peace. And don't let your first hospital admission be the thing that reminds you. This could have been prevented long ago. The good news is it's never too late to begin. You don't have to change everything at once. Just start with one small thing: eating a little slower, going to bed an hour earlier, taking a 10-minute walk each morning, or simply booking that annual checkup. Each of those small steps will guide you toward an older age with less worry, more grace, and more independence. I believe that if you're watching to this point, you already have something very special: a willingness to listen, not just to others, but to your own body. If one thing from this video resonated with you, I'd love to hear about it in the comments below. Not just for your own sake, but so others can see it, learn from it, and be inspired to change too. Thank you for sticking with me to the end. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like, subscribe, and share. Because you never know, your one click might just help someone somewhere live a healthier life, one day at a time. I'll see you in the next video, where we'll keep learning together how to live a long, healthy, and meaningful life at any age.